So you're probably wondering, what's the real reason, Joe? Like, why are you shutting down this channel? Tell me the truth, be transparent. And I always been 100 with you, so I'm gonna tell you exactly why we're doing it. Number one, this is something that was never our main goal for JK. Our main goal for JK has always been to create films, to do sketches, to do stories and things like that. And JK Party has been in many different transitions, from being like a behind the scenes channel to like, you know, us going out and having fun and doing adventures as a group. And then it evolved into being a game show channel. Now, I had a lot of fun with my friends, but at the end of the day, that's not why I'm doing this stuff. I want to create films. I want to create long form content. I want to create stories. That's what I want to do. Unfortunately, if things like this kind of get to the point where it's just not working out anymore, we have to kind of graduate from that. And a lot of us want to do other different things as well. And another main reason why it's easier to make this decision now more than ever is because ever since Adpocalypse happened, ever since demonetization happened, ever since a lot of this stuff happened, JK Party just got to the point where it was no longer profitable. It got to the point where, you know, we were breaking even for a little bit too long. And fortunately, we weren't getting to the point where it was like losing tons of money, but financially, it made no more sense to basically continue something that was not, number one, our main passion or our main goals as to why we're doing entertainment. And number two, it just didn't make sense business-wise as well. I got so used to this being a part of my life. And I'm sure that that was the truth for you guys too, because we post like 3 times a week and sometimes even more. And so all of you guys that's been following and watching religiously, as well as us filming every week, like this became a part of our lives for so long, and it became, you know, I think that's the number one reason why it was so hard to let go, because although it is a business and although it's just more than that, right? Like we all are friends. We all like come in and work together, and we like playing games together. And at the end of the day, like this isn't like a job in the sense of like we're fucking building a car or something, you know, like we're just coming in and we get paid to have fun. Like I'm getting paid to put sriracha in my eyes. What the fuck? That's crazy, right? And so not a day goes by where I don't feel grateful for this opportunity. At the end of the day, we want to make movies and we want to do other things like that. JK will always continue to be, and JK News is going to be around. But unfortunately, I think it was time for me to make the call to end JK Party. And so that's the number one takeaway here, that although JK Party is coming into an end, I still have the community. I still have you guys. You guys are freaking awesome. It's not the end of an era, but it's the beginning of something different, and we're gonna continuously evolve. So thank you for your support.
What's up, JK Party people? The time has finally come. This is the last video for JK Party. And let me just set the record straight. I think I can say with confidence that I am probably the saddest person to see this channel go.
What's up, JK Party animals? Man, that's gonna be something real hard for me to not say anymore. I know! It's gonna be the last time I say that. Well, I mean, as you guys can tell from Joe's description of why we're closing the channel, this is gonna be pretty much our official goodbye to all of you guys. And you know, what kind of goodbye video would it be if we didn't actually give you guys personal goodbyes? So we're all gonna be here. We're gonna give you guys some personal goodbyes just so that we can make you guys feel warm and fuzzy on the inside.
So my favorite moment on JKP is gonna be a hard question to answer because there's so many good moments, but I guess just off the top of my head,
something along the lines of the improv games. Bart and Joe and everyone would just be on the stools, and then 2 of them were in front, and they would just do some really like random things.
During that one game where sriracha got on my balls, and then it was burning like crazy, I jumped in the shower, the custom showers that we built for the set.
Did you ask him if I could get milk in the cup so I could dip my balls in it?
And it looked so funny because my balls had sriracha streaks, like red streaks, so it looked like strawberry, and it looked like, and I dipped into the cup of milk and it was like strawberry milk.
I have a few favorite moments on JKP. As an editor, it would probably be the eat it or wear it challenge.
At one time, Josh had milk poured on his head and like didn't actually wet his hair and it came out through the crevices of his forehead, through the hair. I don't know, that was just an unexpected visual when we played that game, and I don't know, it was very memorable for me.
What was your favorite moment on JKP?
Okay.
Best JK Party video, I would have to say, is Gio's goodbye video. That was the most epic creation that we've ever done.
Because I don't really have a favorite moment.
Despite having the really long days, like we would be there sometimes for like 12 hours, but I just enjoyed the camaraderie. Like I think that I enjoyed working with all these beautiful people here.
Okay, so one of the things that I remember that happened pretty recently was when we tried a lot of these stinky foods. So in that game, I was reading questions, and the last question had to deal with eating surströmming. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. So what happened was, you know, I remember Bart opened up the surströmming. It was like this rancid pink color.
Dude, that smells like someone vomited on Dookie.
And he was asking me, looking at me all scared, like, Michael, did you test out this thing? You know, did you like research this thing at all? And of course I had to answer yes on the spot because they're looking at me like this is like a health hazard. But in reality, no, I did not.
God, do you remember that episode when I think it was Silent Library we were playing, and Joe had to hold milk in his mouth and not laugh, and it just got everywhere, and it became like this huge fiasco, and everyone was slipping and falling.
Cleaning up puke. Who would have thought I'd be cleaning up puke from my boss?
Ooh, I can't really just choose one, but I think one of the most memorable ones for me was the first time I won as Mafia.
So my favorite JK Party moment is actually a moment that wasn't really shared on camera. It's a little bit more personal to me. So I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I actually started off as a fan, and when I got hired on, seeing the office and the set in the vlogs versus seeing it in real life, it was just so crazy. And I forgot who said this, but on the end of my first day, they said that I was just smiling all day. And I could see that being kind of creepy for the crew and the cast, having the new guy smiling all day, but it was just so exciting to be there.
24 to 30, I was working on this channel and JK in general, and man, time flies. Time freaking flies.
JKP was such therapy for me. Guys, you don't even know how fucking much it helped me just to express myself, challenge my mind. It was just beyond doing funny shit, right? Like, it was a day for me to rage out, punch some walls, get angry at people, do the craziest things, pull the craziest moves on Mafia, and I think that was just therapy for me. It was so good. And to be able to create something productive out of all of that pent up, maybe negative energy, I don't know what it was, but be able to entertaining you guys for all these years, bro, that fucking made me feel so amazing.
I thoroughly enjoyed doing everything from hosting Mafia to directing to editing to being a PA.
Favorite moment on JK Party? I think a lot of people already know my favorite moment. Yeah.
Okay, we were playing Eat It or Wear It, and then Joe got stuck with eating, either eating or wearing sriracha, and then he started putting it on a spoon, and we were like, oh my god, he's gonna eat a whole, or ladle, I think. Ladle full of sriracha, and then he tricked us, and he sprayed it all over, and he got it like in my eye, and his own eyes, and our office is still covered.
My favorite moment was doing the cowboy bit with Steve. I think that was probably like one of my favorite moments.
Doing accents with Josh for an hour when we both had mustaches on.
I'm wearing what we call a poncho, but this is a new age poncho.
Are you a Mexican?
I'm not a Mexican, but a Mexican got this.
All right, all right. It was honestly a huge improvised moment that I guess we just got to be ourselves and just shoot the shit.
My favorite JKP moment has to be my very first JKP moment. I remember the very first thing I ever filmed with JK was way back when Casey and I first started dating. Like, first of all, I was insanely shy to be in front of the camera. Like, I was afraid. Not just that, but I was also in this new group of friends, so there's like that self-conscious like shyness. And then add to that, I'm with my new boyfriend. And then now this is being recorded and being shown to so many people. I was just such a nervous wreck.
My favorite moment was the first time the witches won in Salem.
For the first time in Salem history!
We finally did it.
We did it!
and the whole JK Party cast who had gone through like, I think like 10 Salems, something like that, like something crazy. We've gone through a lot of Salems where the witches never won. We had been in that journey together, and everybody on the cast won as witches, and only the guests lost.
I mean, obviously filming with everyone is always a good time, but going out afterwards, you know, after a shoot day, we all go out to eat and hang out and, you know, talk shit on the day and, you know, discuss any sort of other things we got going on in our lives. That's always a good time to like hang out.
Or like, you know, afterwards, like, you know, eating together and, you know, talking about movies and shit, you know, I don't know. Friendship shit, you know, that kind of stuff.
Being around these fuckers. Wow.
Yeah.
These guys right here. These guys, they're so beautiful.
It's okay. You'll be fine. You're doing good.
I'm getting nervous.
Don't be nervous.
I'm getting nervous sweat.
My favorite memory from JK Party, it's crazy because it still hasn't happened yet, and it's beating y'all's ass for not inviting me to Mafia. I've been on this damn channel for God knows how long. What is it, like 2 years? And y'all can't invite a bitch to Mafia. I already heard Tiff. She was like, every day I walked in, it was time to play Mafia. Well, where was my day? Where was mine? My favorite memory is beating y'all's ass. In fact, open the channel back up. Let me play Mafia.
The game I hate the most, believe it or not, is actually Mafia.
Believe it or not, is Mafia.
Real fast, fuck you, big ass, bitch ass, hoe ass, bitch ass.
And that's gonna be Mafia.
I'm gonna kick his ass.
Mafia, I know it's nearly everyone's favorite.
Fuck off.
Every time I would see it on the call sheet, I would groan and be like, no, why are we doing this game? Was Mafia.
Probably definitely Mafia, just because I've seen Antoine's.
It's okay to be wrong. It's okay to be wrong.
And here's my reasoning.
So on Mafia, because I hate lying, the minute I'm Mafia or I'm like some role, like I just start getting scared and anxious, and my palms get sweaty.
But I'm more like a physical activity, punishment, and just like dying on set kind of person.
Mafia, One Night Werewolf, I don't know, it was always kind of tough for me to really get into it.
And initially, I thought it was really fun, but the thing is, the reason why I hate that game is that, first of all, I hate being deceptive and like lying. Like, I struggle with that, even though it's just a stupid game.
Working on the show for so many years is great, and I've seen a lot of really good Mafia games, but after you hit a certain peak of Mafia games, all the other moves after that become the same move, and I was just very tired of it by that point.
It's okay to be wrong.
Least favorite moments.
The games that I hated the most on Just Kidding Party were those Rubber Band and Red Cup games, because those games were just completely... I mean, I guess they were fun, but they weren't really that fun. Oh, I'm trying to make sure... Okay, good.
I would have to say, as much as the fans, you guys, loved the punishments, personally, behind the scenes, I didn't like it.
Probably anything that dealt with punishments. I know it was really entertaining, but oh my goodness, guys, like I felt like I died on the inside. The spicy pepper challenge, I mean, look, I'm glad I did it and I'm glad I experienced it, but my butthole did not appreciate me for an entire week just because it was on fire.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I really miss the punishments. Like, those were so fun. Those are like the best days for me. Shout out to Byron for that edit, dude. Like, you just took it to a whole another level with that one.
Well, I don't like this game called Family Feud we did. It was terrible. And I told, oh, you know what was worse than that? That Baby IQ one.
Shoots and ladders. That was some boring ass shit.
I shit on that one so hard that Ant pulled me aside after, and he's like, hey man, you shit on this pretty hard, dude. I came up with this idea, and I was like, dude, this was not good.
But y'all know, I hate Mad Gabs. No matter what, that game drives me crazy. Like, I have veins popping on my forehead like it was my freaking boner.
Any game that had to do with a taser, because tasers freak me out. They're loud, they're scary.
I would say the spy game. Because it was just so hard if you're the spy.
I didn't really hate any JKP games, to be honest. It's totally true.
Antoine just loves everything.
That's the opposite of Ryan. I hate everything.
But I feel like what's way more interesting is the game that I hate the most is Silent Library. I think one of like the most early Just Kidding parties that I ever participated on was Silent Library, and to be honest, I didn't really know what that game was at the time. I remember going home that day feeling like, what the heck did I just sign up for? Because that day, I had to eat all this chewed gum. I don't know what happened, but you know, that's my introduction to Just Kidding Party.
Okay, so the game that I think I loved the most, that I had the most fun in was the 10-second movies.
Hands down, I think my favorite all time would always be Mafia.
Probably Mafia.
I like Mafia because you get to lie, and you get to be shady, and you get to be a bad friend, and it's all okay.
I really like social deduction games. It's an opportunity to lie and troll your friends. Some people in the comments ask why I don't take these games seriously, but these videos wouldn't be very entertaining if we were also try-hardy about it. I mean, we're just kidding party.
Mafia is one of those games that I can play multiple times and always just, it'll be something new, something different. But also the other games where I had crazy punishments. Now, we had to stop doing those, but that moment when I was just like, fuck it, and I was spraying sriracha everywhere on all of us and it got into my eyes.
I really enjoyed write and draw.
And afterwards, the other person comes and looks at the picture and writes down what they think, and it gets passed down. I love drawing funny drawings, if you guys know me. So I think it's so funny when we get like a cowboy jumping out of a helicopter.
You know, just disasters, complete disasters. And this office has so many holes and so many memories from all of that.
Favorite game, I'd have to say, is the Finish the Lyrics.
The most fun moment was when we played the movie trivia one, because that was just me and friends screaming. More of my favorite things, and it's like about movies. That's also some more of my favorite things.
Salem and maybe Secret Hitler. It was sort of like Mafia, but it was a heightened version of Mafia where there was a lot more strategy that was put into it.
By a landslide, I loved Salem the most. It was so fun. I think maybe because it was a new game I never played before, but it was very similar to Werewolf and Mafia, which I also love. But I loved how you could use strategy, and then also people who are normally not great at bluffing could be experts at bluffing because you kind of had to prove that they were bluffing.
It would be the deception game, so either Secret Hitler, Mafia, probably the Secret Hitler where I like helped Linda to not lose.
Werewolf, because I just love playing that game myself personally, or Salem, because I love the deduction that goes into that type of game. I really like Two Rooms and One Boom. And this is another off-camera moment where we played in Big Bear. It's like Mafia where everyone gets to play and the conversation doesn't get too overwhelming. And it's too bad it didn't translate so well on camera when we played it for Just Kidding Party.
Dude, I don't know. Actually, it's weird. It sounds really corny, but I like playing every game because y'all know I came from Smosh Games, and we actually had a show where we would play board games every Sunday, and I loved doing that. And then when I was no longer a part of that, it felt really good to go back to JK and to just bullshit on camera with y'all. So anytime we were playing a board game, like, oh, actually, wait, my favorite game was Coup.
Okay. I don't know how I'm gonna film this goodbye because... Girl, you fucking put on makeup right now. You can't just cry it off.
JKP is one of those things that's super bittersweet for me because it's been a part of my life for 8+ years.
Damn, this is really hard.
The channel saw so much evolution and change. Like, it was first the behind the scenes channel for all of our films and shorts and stuff like that. It got to the point where filming every week was kind of bleeding into us writing films, writing TV shows, doing all that stuff. I'm out here spending more time on Jamalian Academy. I just released a program called 90 Days to Freedom because I want to be personally involved in your success.
Thank you to all of you guys out there who have supported us for all these years. I love you guys so much, and I appreciate the amount of support that you guys have given us.
I feel like I was part of this channel since the beginning. Granted, I wasn't the beginning of the early BTS stuff, but if you guys don't know, when I first went full-time in JK, one of my first tasks was to take over the BTS of the skits.
It started off as the behind the scenes of the JK film skits, and a lot of diehard fans told me they used to watch the BTS before even watching the skit just to see it all come together.
And then it turned into like, just to get to know us hanging out, eating, doing adventures, and then it turned into like game shows and everything.
As Party grew, you know, we started going into gradually playing board games, obviously. Yeah, from then on, we started bringing people like Sean on, Ryan, and the team started growing. And before we know it, we have a brand new set, and Party is a full-fledged, like, putting out like 5 videos a week or something like that.
It was a place where we all got to be friends, and I like to thank you guys, because the reason why we kept it alive for so long is your loyalty, and for all of you guys watching, that to me is like the biggest reward, because I feel like I was able to make money having fun with my friends, and not a lot of people get that blessing.
JK Party is a channel that I loved working on. Like, how often am I able to say, hey, I play games for work?
A big thank you to you guys, as well as my crew. Like, oh my god, like usually, you know, crews just don't stick together and play and work and do all this for such a long time.
And now we won't be doing that, which is fine, you know, and you know, I don't think this is the end of any of us. Like, we're still gonna be around. We still got JK News going on, you know, and then the guys are just writing more scripts for movies or TV shows. And then all the crew and everybody else, they're just gonna be behind the scenes or in front of camera, you know. Some of them are making appearances in front of camera.
But fast forward to like maybe 2 years ago, you know, I stepped up and started taking over JK Party. Bart and Joe announced that they will be stepping away from Party to pursue, you know, more things like writing. And also, you know, they got families now. Bart has a kid and stuff like that. And priorities just shift, man, when you get older.
We have bigger aspirations that you guys know from day one. Since 2007, we've been wanting to make a movie. So that's where all of our efforts are put forth there. And I hope that you guys can bring all the support you brought to JKP to that.
The bitter part is we have to end it. But the sweet part is we're moving on to other things. Now it's gonna move on to movies and other stuff, but ultimately, I like to thank the crew first and foremost, my team, everyone, and everyone watching.
I'm happy that you guys were able to see me grow. Special thanks to Bart and Joe for believing in me. Very, 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 very special thanks to B. Choi as my co-producer. I don't think I could have done it without him.
Me and Julia were tasked with, you know, carrying on Party and trying to make it work. And I can say that I gave my 110% trying to make it work.
And like, I didn't really want to let anyone down either. And so I tried really hard.
And it just didn't, you know? That's as simple as it is. It just didn't work out. You guys see the numbers, it gradually dropped. We spent hours and hours meeting, trying to figure it out. For a little bit, we had a glimpse of maybe hope, but that's just how it is. This is how it is. The numbers speak for itself. I don't think it's anybody's fault entirely. It's not even really a fault thing, you know what I mean? I think it's just life. I think it's just, we grew out of it, but I don't regret it. I tried my best. I think we had some of the best memories, like at our peak especially. Really fun time, man. And I do apologize for not being able to continuing it, but I'm at peace with it. And I think, you know, we've talked to the team and here internally numerous times. Yeah, it's time. I think all good things have to come to an end. We all have to make a decision and move forward. We can't keep trying to make something work if it's not gonna work. Man, I love this team. I love that we spent so many years together, all the people that have worked behind the scenes, on camera. You know, really special shout out to Julia. I think we've built a really brother-sister relationship this year, especially stepping up and taking over Party. Yeah, I don't regret it a thing, man. I think we've left our mark on the channel.
I'm definitely gonna miss these days, but it's okay because it's time to move on. And to the crew, you guys are the best crew that I've worked with, and I'm so happy that you guys were a part of my team.
I want to thank you guys for riding with us for all these years. I want to thank you guys for trusting in me personally, into you know, running the channel, being part of it, and providing you guys laughter.
I feel like I'll never forget the time that I had working with Just Kidding Party.
Thanks for watching for all these years. You guys have definitely stuck around. Like a good amount of you have stuck around through a lot of like really huge changes and stuff. And I know a lot of people, even though the switch to like the new cast was a little bit jarring. Major props, kudos. Thanks for watching for so long.
And I want to say thank you to Joe, Bart, and everyone else, cast, crew, for making JK Party happen.
Thanks everyone for having me on set. It's been a fun time. Too much fun sometimes, to the point where it doesn't feel like work.
Especially the fans who were like really into the gameplay. Some of you guys actually gave me like strategies that I played.
I'd like to say, you know, just goodbye to something that I've worked to help grow for the past 5 to 6 years. It's been fun, but that chapter of my life has got to go.
So I don't know if this is so much a goodbye as much as we'll see you guys around.
I just want to say thank you guys for supporting. You all have been a very big part in our lives. We all live different lives. We all have different things that happen. But I think the thing that really helps us get through our day was just your guys' support, your guys' comments, making sure we're okay, supporting us, and in return, we became part of your family. So
Despite the amount that I hate you, I guess you're an alright friend.
I hate
You know what? I'm not gonna miss the stupid ass bit that we have.
Fuck you.
No, fuck you, dude.
Fuck you.
Yeah, you know, we don't even have to deal with this anymore. Do you know that? We're not gonna have this stupid bit anymore.
You're gonna miss it.
Mm-mm. To the cast members, you guys rock. Thank you guys so much for playing with me. You guys made me such a better player.
Thank you guys so much for supporting JKP for this long. Like, you guys have seen the evolution of this channel.
It's sad to see it go, but I hope you guys were happy with my content that I gave you and my thumbnails.
Can we get a thumbnail? Can we get a thumbnail, Gina?
20 million views. Thank you so much for allowing the inner kid in me to come out and to just fully express itself.
It really connected me to my inner child, so I'm definitely gonna miss it. It's been great. All you guys watching, thank you so much for the support for all these years.
I'm sad I barely ever won Mafia. I'm very sad that I think I came close to winning as a serial killer. Never really did. If anything, we should have to keep the channel open until we have a serial killer win, but that's my personal opinion, and nobody's really going for that, so.
The goodbye is saying goodbye to this piece of history of ours, and it's going to be encapsulated here forever. And I guess we're not adding any more to it, so that's it.
My life would not be the way that it is throughout all these years, for the past 13 years, if it wasn't for you guys.
Thanks again, guys, for watching us and supporting us throughout these years. I love you guys, and you know, don't be a stranger to the fans. You guys are amazing for always supporting us. Love you guys. Bye.
I want to play games with somebody. Somebody invite me to play games. Y'all got some board game nights or something? Y'all still playing? Can I play Mafia? Let me play.